Molly Fool.
All right. Oh, that's how you start 2022. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Rain Report for a Monday, January 3rd. Hopefully you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by ParlayCalculator.com. Check out ParlayCalculator.com. Enter the odds in the text box below, and then you can put your amount here, and it'll tell you how much you've won on your parlay. So let's say I put a minus 110, a 150 underdog, and let's say I put a 200 and a minus 175, and I put, let's say I put $50 on that parlay, on that bad boy. See how much it pays. It pays $1,075. So check it out, ParlayCalculator.com. Count your winnings today at ParlayCalculator.com. All right, good morning, folks. Hopefully you guys had a safe holiday season. It's now January 3rd, and it's been a happy new year if I missed anybody there on the weekend. And again, thank you for being part of the Breakfast Club. And I can see the Breakfast Club bullpen is bopping away over there. We got Elliot V's in the house. Good morning, Elliot. Sniper from the Peg. Good morning, Breakfast Club. There's Gloria K. Morning, Breakfast Club peeps. It's been a long time. Hey, it's been a good time and a long time. But Sniper, here you have been on the Discord. Morning, Gloria. What's up, gangs? This is Eric Jones. And yeah, so people are tumbling, stumbling, and rubbling into the bullpen. And again, folks, welcome to the bullpen and the Rain Report. My name is Ron Raymond. I'm a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And today in the nation's capital, it is it's a pretty balmy day here. It's pretty minus 18, so it's almost like Winnipeg weather right here. Hey, like it is in the Peg. What is it in Winnipeg today? There, Sniper, minus 20 or something. But yeah. Got a good show lined up for you guys here today. In fact, I've been doing, on the weekends, I like to do a lot of thinking, and then I came up with something it's been in my head, and I wanted to put it on paper, and it's the GPS, like my wife says, you're building the GPS of sports betting, and it's a money management system that is going to be incorporated into the Rain Report. Some of the members might have seen it already in the morning, in the NBA and NHL this weekend. So what I've done is I created a sports betting money management system, and I'm going to share with you guys that in just a second. There's my good friend Brian Baptista. Hey, how you doing, Brian? So sorry about your Habs, but at least misery loves company, and the Ottawa Senators are just like the Habs right now, and it's not that good. 28 degrees in Texas, so it's not. It's got to be arrive anywhere else. 28 degrees in Texas now. Is that? Yeah, that's Celsius. Or Fahrenheit. Yeah, 28 in Texas. That's if that's let me see if that's Fahrenheit or Celsius. That's pretty good. But if it's Fahrenheit, I don't think that's very good, right? But yeah, so good morning, Tim, and again, welcome to the show. And we're gonna have a good show for you guys here today. I'm gonna break down the Monday Night Football game. We're gonna go through the SBI, the Sports Betting Index. And we're going to see what the markets did on the weekend. We're going to check out the Bears and Bulls report NBA today. And I'm going to give you the VPP, the volume percentage play of the NHL NBA. And we'll break down the Monday Night Football game between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right. I see plays and parlays in the house. Good morning, bullpen. Hey, Bills Mafia is alive and well. They did pretty good. It's time to rebuild, says Brian, for the Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, it's been a long season, right? And when you start the year off without your starting goaltender, your captain, you're in for a long season. All right, let's get to the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and let's take a look at the markets over the weekend, and let's see how we've done. In fact, how was your weekend, guys? How did your picks? This is a cash out Monday, and I'm happy because I cashed out 2 futures tickets yesterday. Well, they haven't paid out yet, but I know I had if you remember at the beginning of the year, I had the New England Patriots over 9.5 wins. And I had the Seattle Seahawks under 10 wins. So nice little futures payout after next weekend. So next weekend will be a great cash out Monday because I'll be able to cash out those 2 nice tickets. And yeah, so pretty good. Actually, good weekend with the selections. In fact, when you look at my premium picks, and if you're ever interested in my premium picks, my top plays, my best bets, you can get them right here in the premium section. Go to picks, go to Ron's premium picks. And you can see this weekend, I gave the Canucks on the weekend as a free play. I had the New York Rangers yesterday. That was my best 5-star best bet. I had the LA Chargers. That was my other football play. I had the Wild on the Saturday, the outdoor game. I had Calgary, and so pretty good weekend with the premium picks, and also gave out the NBA Phoenix Suns yesterday in the NBA, and my only loser with the NHL yesterday was Vegas. When you lose a game 5-4 in overtime, you got to tip your hat and say, all right, you know what, I was on the right side, but just didn't get the lucky bounce in overtime. And the went 3-0 in NFL Sunday. Had the Chargers, I had the Tennessee Titans straight up on the money line, and I also had the Vegas Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders +7, and that was a straight up winner. So a very good weekend for yours truly, and hopefully your weekend was good too. And let me see here, Don Creedus in the house. Good morning, Don. And let me see who else is in the house here. So, folks, anytime you log into the morning to the bullpen, to the Breakfast Club, just poke your head in and say good morning. Let us know. Hey, let them know you're there, like the good Slapshot movie. And let us know you're there. I lost on Vegas too, says Gloria K. All right, let's go to the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and let's take a look at the markets over the weekend. And I know let me see. Let's start with the NBA. So yesterday in the NBA, 6-1 for the favorites, but look at this, 2-5. And guys, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, I'm also tracking my my 50 pick challenge, which is doing pretty well. In fact, my 50 pick challenge, I think I'm something like 6, 8. Let me see here. I'll tell you right now. I'll go to my. Let me pull up my sheet right here, and my 50 pick challenge record so far that I'm keeping track of. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Probably not, but here it is. So yesterday was a winner, and so I went, so 9-4 on the money lines, and then on the point spread, 3-0 yesterday, also with Phoenix. So 7-1. So 9-4, 7-1, and I'll give you guys a more detailed accounting tomorrow. But money line against point spread, and the thing you got to do in sports betting is just because you woke up and the sun came out and it's another day, doesn't mean it's another betting day. It doesn't mean it's another investment day. When you wake up, and if you're in the stocks and the crypto, when you wake up, you're not saying, oh, I'm buying Bitcoin today. Well, why would you buy at the top, right? You buy low, you sell high. You got to have that same mentality in sports betting, and I'll go more into detail over that this weekend or during the week. But if you look at yesterday, 6-1 straight up for the favorites, 2-5 against the point spread. This is why, if you're patient and you're just being selective and just wait for your right spot to bet the money line and the point spread with the dog, you'll see that over the long run, and I'll prove it to you in the 50 pick challenge, that you can make money in sports betting. But you got to be patient, right? Just because it's a 50 pick challenge doesn't mean it's going to end on 50 days. Depending on how many plays you put in a day. On the 7-day average, 66.9% of the favorites are winning in the NBA. 46% are covering the spread, and that's a what, 20%? That's almost a 20-point difference right there. 66.9% of the favorites are winning, but only covering 46%. This is why I keep beating the drum. Patience, discipline, and you will, if you follow those rules, you will make out like a bandit at the end. All right, let's take a look at the NHL. Preach, brother, I got to lay off some games. Yeah, preach, brother, got to lay off some games. Absolutely, Tim. Yeah, you got to lay off some of those games. And the thing is that, and this is why, hey, man, this is not my first barbecue, right? I'm going on my 25th season now. This will be a silver anniversary. It's 25th to silver, but yeah, a silver anniversary starting this year on the sports handicapping, going in my 25th season. That's right, 25th year into the sports betting industry. In fact, if you go to like archive.org, look for Phoenix Sports, you'll see my first ever website, phoenixsports.com. I believe it was 97, 98 or something like that. But yeah, so just to tell you, it's not my first barbecue, and so hopefully Preacher Ron is preaching you guys some good gospel here today on a Monday, January 3rd. All right, yesterday, how about those Rangers, man? You know what? There's a team that you don't really expect it during the beginning of the year to be as good as they are. And, the Rangers have got our attention a few times on this podcast. And Igor Shesterkin, to me, is the spoon that stirs the spot in New York, right? The pot in New York. That goaltender in New York, it gives the team confidence. You saw when they didn't have Shesterkin what the team looked like, right? But you go home yesterday and you beat the defending champions 4-0 on your home ice. man, Galland's got those players playing really tough. And they got him playing like he used to play in Detroit. If you go watch old Gerard Gallant videos when he played with the Red Wings, he was with Yzerman. He was, even though I think Gallant was one of the captains too, I think. Yeah, everybody talks about Yzerman those days, but Gerard Gallant was the guy, he was the Messier of the Red Wings back in the day. If you look at Gretzky, Gretzky had Messier and Curry. But Yzerman had Gerard Gallant, and he also had a guy named Bob Probert taking care of business on the back end, right? Old Proby, God rest his soul. But man, if you do watch, if you like old time hockey, hey, let them know you're there. So Gerard Gallant's got the Rangers rolling, and good on the New York Rangers. It was my top play yesterday. The New York Rangers. I had them for 5 units, and I'll show you in just a bit my new money management system. There's Rui Pedro Nageria from Lisbon. Good morning, Rui. Good year, Ray. I wish you all the best, and I wish you all the best too, Rui. And good luck to Benfica. I know Rui is a big Benfica fan, so good luck to that. Good morning, Manic Monday, says Daryl Turner and his other brother Daryl. So good morning, Daryl. Welcome to the show. Again, folks, don't forget, if you enjoy the show, hit the like button and share this on your favorite social media. We need the pearls, Ron. Yeah, I got to get t-shirts done up, eh? Pearl t-shirts. All right, so New York, the NHL yesterday, 4-3 straight up, 6-1 to the over. Wow, a lot of high-scoring games since they came back from the break, right? Look at that, 71.3% of the overs have come in the NHL and 67.8 on the 7-day average. But look at the chalk, 79.8 and the almost 80% of NHL favorites winning the last week in the NHL. And with only one game pending in the National Football League, it was a pretty chalky day yesterday. 12-3 for the favorites, 8-7 against the point spread, 6-9 to the under, and we got one more pending tonight between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, let's take a look at the Bears and Bulls report in the NBA. And what I do in this segment is I just bring to your attention the bearish teams in the NBA and the bullish teams in the NBA. Now, this feature is free. You can get it right here at atsstats.com. If you look at the front page, just look for the market report, NBA market report, the Bulls and the Bears. And you can see the bullish teams right now in the NBA. Chicago, Milwaukee. Hey, as soon as you say Chicago, how can you not go to the DeMar DeRozan card, right? And this is like Saturday. Was it Saturday? Yeah, I think it was Saturday when DeRozan hit that buzzer beater against Indiana. And it just hit me right there. And the first thing that came to my mind, A-type teams. When you bet on A-type teams, that's the luck. That's the rabbit foot that comes with A-type teams. Hey, that's the four-leaf clover. When you bet on A-type teams and you expect A-type teams to do good things, those are some of the lucky breaks you get when you bet on A-type teams. And this is why when you bet on winning teams, good things will happen to you. DeMar DeRozan was a stroke of genius for the bettors this weekend if you did take Chicago, even though I think Washington covered the spread, maybe I think in that game. But if you played them straight up, you're smiling like a butcher's dog. But when you bet on good teams, that's what happens, right? When you bet on bad teams, well, it's the other side of the quarter, right? So Chicago, nice job over the weekend. Milwaukee, Utah, Miami, Golden State, and New Orleans is the only C-type team that is bullish right now. And keep an eye on the bullish team here on the New Orleans Pelicans. And normally when I look at the Bears and Bulls report, that's the first thing I look at is I look at who's in the A, B, and C club. And if I look at the Bears teams, all the teams in the Bears club are all C-type teams. And I'm talking Orlando, Portland, man, what's going on in Portland? Indiana, Atlanta, Minnesota, Detroit, and Houston. Those are your Bears for a Monday, Manic Monday, January 3rd. Yahoo says Gloria K on the Chicago Bulls. Hey, the Chicago Bulls, I thought about this over the weekend. The Bears and the Bulls. Hey, is there a Chicago relationship right here? Hey, the Chicago Bulls, the Chicago Bears. I know there's a Chicago stock market, but I wonder if there's any history behind naming the Bears, the Chicago Bears, Chicago Bulls, has anything to do with the financial district in Chicago. Hey, maybe somebody from Chicago can tell me. Bo Jackson says Pacers can't close games. Nope, Pacers can't close games, and that's what you get when you bet on C-type teams, right? Hey, what do I say about C-type teams all the time there, Bo? Hey, they're like an old high school sweetheart. They're going to break your heart every single game almost. Hey, they might throw you a bone once in a while, but they normally will break your heart, those C-type teams. All right, so that's the Bears and Bulls report. Let's go to the NBA. Now, I'm going to show you something that I tinkered with over the weekend. Now, as you know, in the Rain Report, the 3 key fundamentals, these are the my Bible verses, is value, percentage play, and the performance cycle. So let's go to this one right here. Now, if you're going to notice now that the a lot of members feature here at the ATS. So if you go to the this image right here, you're going to see the premium access area. This is where the VPP numbers are, or the charts. But if you're watching the Rain Report, you're lucky because you can get them, see them for free. But if you do want to see them at the site, you got to be a member. And once you click on the image or log in here, that will get you to the next page. Now, let's take a look. Before we get to the VPP, I'm going to show you a chart that I worked here on the weekend. As you know, the hamster keeps running in the wheel, and I'm trying to build the perfect sports betting robot system, right? And when you look at the Rain Report, I talk about value, percentage play, and the performance cycle. So when you look at this, and you look at this column right here, the odds column, I'm color coding all the odds on the team to let you know if there's value, right? So anything in green is bullish, everything in yellow is fair market value, everything in orange is overvalued, and everything the green, yellow, and red is undervalued, right? So you got your value column, you got your percentage play column, and your performance cycle column, and also there's a forecast that you can really gauge. With the value, percentage play, and the performance cycle, this could be your last indicator that to confirm your pick, right? So 3 key things: value. So we're looking at value, the percentage play, and the performance cycles. Those 3 ingredients right there. That, my friends, is the Rain Report in a nutshell. But I'm working on a 4th element, and there'll be a 5th one. So there's going to be 5 components to the Rain Report: value, percentage play, and the performance cycles. Now, money management system. I'm including the money management system, and it's down here. Now, home and away teams. Home and away teams bring different types of energy, obviously, but different types of, what's the perfect word I can say here? The prediction, not prediction, but perception versus reality. Now, when you get an away team, they're not as dominant as they would be at a home team, right? But some teams are a little different, right? Some teams play better on the road, some teams play better at home, but there has to be an advantage. Like they say in the NFL, if you take NFL teams, normally you get them between a 2 and a 3 point home favorite right before kickoff, right? It's the value, right? And the same thing with away teams. They would rather bet on, if you have 2 equal teams, would rather bet on the team that's home or away. Obviously, the advantage is more to the home team, right? All right, so I haven't gone through that little spill. Now, in the Rain Report, you got your A, B, and C type teams, and then you got your performance cycles, right? Your bullish, neutral, and bearish cycle, and I classify them in each of the categories, A, B, and C. So you got your A bullish, B bullish, so A bullish, A neutrals, A bearish, and the same thing for B and the C's, right? Now, if you got a game up here, let's say in the game today, you got Charlotte against Washington. What you do is you take the performance cycle number right here. You got a B neutral against a B neutral. So what I tell you down here, or what and it's still, I'm still going through the research and development, so there could be a little bit of tinkering into the unit sizes. But the way my philosophy is, and the way the rationale behind this is that anything that's bearish, I will not bet on bad teams. And when I say it all the time, it could be, even if you're an A-type team, like if you're an A-type team like the Edmonton Oilers, perfect example. The Edmonton Oilers right now, they are not to be trusted right now. They're a great team. They're a good team, but they're going through a very bearish cycle. So right now, if you want to bet on the Edmonton Oilers, you're really betting with high risk, right? High risk, high rewards. However, in my money management system, because they're bearish, I'm not going to bet a cent on them until they get neutral, until there's a bit of consistency. Same thing with B bearish teams and C bearish teams, home or away. Now, using the A, B's, and C, if a team is A bullish away, I will wager 1 unit. A neutral away, 4 units, and A bearish, no units. Home, if a home bullish is only 2 units, and you might be saying, Ron, if a team is an A-type team, over 60%, and they're bullish, why wouldn't you bet 5 units on them? Hey, not so fast, my friend, as Lee Corso would say. I'll tell you why. Because what goes up must come down, And trying to bet on teams going up and going down in a winning streak is like trying to catch a knife in like a falling knife, right? It's just very, very risky. But because they are bullish, and I'm not going to take away the momentum of that trade or that bet, I will put 2 units on home teams and 1 unit on away teams. Now, let me know if that makes sense to you. A teams that are neutral on the road, I'll bet 4 units, and A teams that are neutral at home, then they get my full Monty, right? They get my 5 unit play. Same thing with B bullish, 1 unit, B bullish neutral, 3 units. Same thing here, B at home bullish, 2 units, and B at home neutral, 4 units. Now this is where I'm gonna really have to look at the line, because I might get a let me say a B bullish team that's like minus 300. Well then, right there the common sense rule kicks in, right? I'm not laying 300 on the B bullish team. But when I look at C bullish and C home bullish, home and away, and you're saying, Ron, the team is bullish, why aren't you gonna bet on them? Right here. What do I always say about C-type teams? Hey, you can't trust them. Even though they're bullish, there's no way I'm going to trust a team that has a losing record, because to me, a team that's below 500 on a winning streak, that streak, because they're a C-type team, is going to come to an end very quickly compared to a team that's an A-type team that's bullish. They might have a better chance of going up. All right, let me know what you guys think. And again, this new money management system will be incorporated into the VPP, the value percentage play chart. And so when you look at this, and I'm telling you guys, when I look at this now, it's a snapshot, and I can make my decision within about 10 seconds on my early leans, right? So let me get some of your feedback on that. And if you do have any feedback, please write it into the comment section in the bullpen, and let me know what you think. And there'll be a 5th component. So the first component is value. Okay. The second component is the percentage play. The third component is the performance cycle, and then the 4th component is the money management system. So if I like a team, either Charlotte or Washington, that's how many units I'm going to recommend on that bet because of their performance cycle. The 5th component is the mystery, and I'm not going to tell you guys just yet because I'm still working on it. All right, Daryl, hey Ron, do you like the Nashville Predators to win the conference? It's plus 1,800 in my books. Yeah, you know what? I do like Nashville. But the thing is, and anytime I get a question like that, I got to go and do my research and due diligence. I got to go look at the conference. I got to go look at their division and so on and so forth. But give me a day and I'll get back to you, Daryl, and your other brother, Daryl. That chart looks like a Chinese to me, says Elliot V. Perfect. That's exactly what I was going for. I was going for confusion. Hey, master of confusion and master jack of all trades, master of none. But yeah, that chart looks like confusion. Mystery, says Elliot V. No, you know what? And this is why anything that requires anything that's hard in life requires a lot of thought, right? If everything was easy in life, I think nobody would be working and we'd all be pooping on gold thrones right now. But no, everything in life, if you want something bad enough, and I always believe in the Malcolm Gladwell's Blink, was it Blink or Tipping Point, where he says you got to put 10,000 hours in. Well, I'm past 10,000 hours. But the thing is, if you're like me and you want to get better each and every day, you can't just rely on, because everything evolves. And if you don't evolve with the times, you will be left behind, right? That's one thing I've always been a true believer in. You got to evolve, even though don't ever get comfortable, because you can be knocked off your perch in a New York minute. And not that I've ever been on a perch, but the thing is, you just can't get comfortable in life, and you got to stay hungry. Hey, keep hustling. All right, Preacher Ron is. You can see Preacher Ron's in full force here today. That's a fact, Ron. I love the mystery. Yep. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of the new money management system, and it'd be nice to hear your feedback on it. All right, let's get to the So one thing I wanted to show you before I get to the today's plays. Here's the record so far of the money management. I've only been tracking this since the 29th, but we're hitting 70% on the cow. So every time I show you the cow, the chance of winning, NBA 70%, the forecast 73%, and overall we're hitting 72.1% with our VPP chart, which I just started doing last week, right, to show you guys. But and again, the reason I do and I keep track is is to show the proofs in the pudding that this actually works, and it's a good money management system. And again, just because the sun came up today doesn't mean it's a perfect Picasso day to make a king's ransom. You got to be disciplined. You got to wait your time, and then you got to pounce when the line is like. I'll give you a good example. Yesterday, when I saw that game between Phoenix and Charlotte, when I looked at the numbers, and here I don't have it here. Crap. All right. When I looked at, I have it right here. So when I looked at the numbers last night between Phoenix and Charlotte, everything pointed towards Charlotte a bit. Like I look at the percentage play, it was 56% for Charlotte, 40% for Phoenix. But the forecast was 114, 112 for Phoenix. But the thing that tipped me to go to Phoenix was that Phoenix was 10-2 against B-type teams, and that's why I use the Raymond report, right? All right, so looking at today's game, we got Charlotte against Washington, and again, everything in green means good value. Everything in orange means overvalued, and anything in red, there's no red today, means the team is overvalued. And I think I got the right chart. Yep, Charlotte against Washington. I forgot to print out my sheet already. But all right, it's all good. It's all here. And make sure I just got the right team. Yep, there we go. So Charlotte taking on Washington. You got good value on Charlotte, overvalued Washington. The chance of winning does favor the Hornets. Now the good thing with the Hornets, they got no time to think about last night's woodshed game against the Suns, and we do have Charlotte winning this one, 118-117. Be neutral 15 days. Be neutral 4 days, favoring a bit here the Hornets. And if you're going to bet on this game, I recommend 3 units on Charlotte or 4 units. And you can use this as a rating system as well, right? Anytime you're talking like money management, it's almost like a rating system, right? So a 3 and a 4. If you like Washington, I recommend them at 4 units. And if you like Charlotte, right here I have them on the 3 unit based on my money management chart down here. All right, next game, we got Houston taking on Philadelphia. So the Rockets, a 13-point road underdog. Good value here on the Rockets. Overvalued for the 76ers. Looking at the chances of winning, the percentage play, 90% for Philly, 17% for the Houston Rockets. C, bearish. They've been bearish for 20 days. B, neutral, 10 days. And a 0 rating on the Rockets to bet on. 4 on the Philadelphia 76ers. But again, this is where you got to really consider the line. Minus 13, you got to have common sense rules, right? And if the common sense rules, even though like we're following the charts to a T, but also use the common sense rule and say, you know what, you got to have rules in your system, right? And my rules is that there's no way I'm laying 13 points on Philadelphia. So just in case people are out there and saying, is this guy really recommending Philadelphia at 13? No, he's not. But he's just telling you that part of the system, following the rules, it would be a 4-unit play. Memphis against Brooklyn, and 4-unit play based on money line straight up, not just. But again, money line is even more stupided. Hey, is that a new word, stupided? But yeah, that would be more reckless. That's a better word. More reckless to lay that kind of lumber on the Sixers. All right, Memphis taking on Brooklyn. You got the Nets, a 7-point favorite, overvalued against a pretty good Memphis team that's getting good value tonight at +7. 78% chance of winning for Brooklyn, 21 for Memphis. A neutral 15 days, A neutral 2 days, and the look at the bet recommendation: 5 units on Memphis and 4 units on Brooklyn. If you do like any of these teams, again, if you like Brooklyn, it's a 4-unit play based on A neutral, and if you like Memphis, it's a 5-unit play. Is it 5 or should it be a 4? Hang on here. What did my chart say? A neutral. Yeah, it should be a 4, not a 5. So that should be a 4. A neutral should be a 4. And let me see here. Maybe I got mixed up. Yeah, so that should be the opposite. Brooklyn should be a 5 and Memphis a 4. Right? That's why we do quality control checks during the show. All right, so Memphis, Utah against New Orleans. So I got Utah, fair market value here. I had them at 10. So I get, sometimes I'll just round it up a bit. Or if I say it's in the ballpark, I won't get too picky and finicky on the numbers. Minus 11, fair market value, good value on New Orleans. Keep in mind, New Orleans at the top of the show, bullish team, right? C bullish for 15 days, A bullish 45, 82% chance of winning for New Orleans, 17 for the Pelicans. Our score in the game, our forecast, 118-109. If you like Utah, it's a 2-unit play. If you like New Orleans, because they're bullish, C bullish, I'm not going to recommend them at 0 unit play. And that's because they're a C-type team. even though they're bullish, they're still what I consider a high-risk play. Detroit taking on Milwaukee, plus 16, minus 16. So you got a good value here on Detroit. And for the Milwaukee Bucks, overvalued tonight at minus 16. Also plus 2 touchdowns right there. Chances of winning 81% compared to 18% for Detroit. And we do have a final 122 to 110. C Bears 49, A bullish 6, 2-unit recommendation on Milwaukee, 0 for the Pistons. Orlando taking on Chicago, plus 13. I got them listed here as bullish. So good value here on the Magic. Overvalued for the Chicago Bulls. Now, the chance of winning does favor Chicago at 82% straight up compared to 17% for Orlando. C Bears, look at this, 79 days. Yeah, that's why there's 0 recommendations on units to wager on. A bullish, 21 days, 2-unit recommendation on the Chicago Bulls. But that's, A bullish, but still, the common sense rule here, 13 is too high. I have 117 to 106, so that's what, 12 points right there? 6, 7, yeah, 11, right? 11. So yeah, it would classify as a cover, but again, C Bear 79 days, no way I'm touching that. Denver taking on Dallas. We got fair value. We got good value on Denver and overvalued on Dallas. 64% chance of winning on the Mavericks, 28% on Denver. 108, 103 is our final. Be neutral, 34 days. Be neutral, 3 days. So I do like the fact that Denver's been neutral for 34 days. 4-unit recommendation on the Denver and 3 on the Dallas Mavericks. So be neutral, be neutral. Let me see if I got this right here. Yeah, 3 and 4. There you go. So this would be a 3 and 4. See, I did them again. This should be a 3. That should be a 4. So I got to fix that after. Miami taking on Golden State. Miami getting good value at plus 9, but keep an eye on the injuries. And fair market value on the Warriors coming off that big win over the Utah Jazz. 80% chance of winning for Golden State, 20% for Miami. A bullish 16 days, A bullish 27 days. So you got 2 teams at the top of their games right now. And Miami's doing this without some of their top stars, right? Butler's in one game, out the next. Lowry, same thing. All the top players in Miami, they're going through a little bit of a hiccup right now. 2-unit recommendation on Golden State, 1 unit on Miami, and that's because they're A bullish on the road. You got Atlanta taking on Portland. You got an overvalued team here on the Hawks against a fair market value on Portland, who's having a really tough season. 50% chance of winning for the Hawks, 37 for the Portland Trailblazers, 115 to 112 favoring Atlanta. I forgot to give you guys Golden State by 10 over Miami, 114-104. And then you got a C Bears team in Atlanta for 12 days. C Bears for Portland, 38 days. So that's why, 0 recommendation. You got 2 bad teams right now going through a bad cycle in their games. And then the last game on the board, Minnesota taking on the Clippers. Minnesota losing last night to the Lakers. Clippers, was it? They lost last game. Was it in Toronto? I can't remember. They lost their last game, or did they win? Hang on. Let me go look. Let me go look at the Clippers. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do this. Let's go NBA. We'll go computer picks. Speaking of computer picks, the today's computer picks are now up on our YouTube channel. And the Clippers, Brooklyn, that's right. It was a win against Brooklyn. There you go. All right, so Minnesota and then the Clippers overvalued at -3. I had them basically as a pick'em line. 75% chance of winning for Minnesota. Wow. 108, 109. So that sometimes that'll happen. If you look in the weekend, sometimes the chance of winning will favor the underdog, and the forecast favors the favorite. So look at that, the 75% chance of winning compared to 109. So, and you know what? Let me go and double check that. Let me go back to my NBA system forecast, and I'll show you exactly how I get these numbers. So when I go here, the NBA forecast, and I scroll down here. So 35%, 55. Okay, so the line has changed. So maybe I took the wrong line here. So 110 to 107. So 35% chance of winning for Minnesota. 55. Okay, I think I know what I did wrong here. Let me see. What did I have? 50, 75, and 48. Where did I get that? Sometimes that happens. All right, so it's a good thing I double checked, right? 50 and 55% for the Clippers. 35, and we got 110 to 107. And if you're wondering how I get the 35%, if you click on this right here, it's going to give you when any NBA teams a 3.5 to 6.5 point road favorite. So that's why the line is, what was the line this morning when I did it? -3. So the line has changed. So the line opened up -3, and now it's shot up. So that's what happens. Anytime I see a number that's seems out of whack, it's because of line movement. Anytime you get a 3.5 to 6.5 point road underdog, totals between 215 and 220, and that team's coming off 3 straight up losses. If you scroll right down here, that team is normally 10-18, 12-16 against the point spread, and 14-14 against the number. And I will update this after the show, so I'll fix some of the money management. But C Bears 0 units recommended, and B neutral 4 unit recommendation if you do like the LA Clippers. All right, let me check some of the questions that you guys got going. You guys are talking a mile a minute down here. Like the Steelers at home because of Big Ben's last home game. Yeah, be careful with that. I know the emotions are going to be running wild, but you still got 2 teams not playing that really good right now. I'm thinking of taking them too. Big Ben over 240 passing yards, says Brent. Let me see how you like Pittsburgh. Gloria K. Isaiah, you like Pittsburgh? I do like Pittsburgh tonight, but it's not because of Big Ben. That's it's mostly, and I'll show you guys in a second. All right, so that is the and if you scroll right down here at the bottom, I'll give you guys some trends with your forecast. So if you look at tonight, the under is 12-1 for the Sixers as a home team. Let me see here, as a home team. No, that's not right. When Philadelphia, the under is 12 as a home team. That's not accurate right there. I'll have to check out that. The Warriors 14-1 as a 7.5 to 9.5 point home favorite, coming off 2 away games since 1996. So Golden State 14-1 as a 7.5 to 9.5 point home favorite, coming off 2 away games since 1996, and that is a 93.3% chance of winning for the Warriors. All right, let's take a look at the NHL, and then I'll do the Monday Night Football wrap-up, and let's go to the NHL right here. And as you can see, yesterday in the NHL, our forecast went 5-2 straight up and against the number, 10-4 overall. And so far this year, since we've been tracking this since the 28th of December, the cow and the forecast, a combined record of 75%, 54-18. So if you're looking at these indicators to see if they're trustworthy, 75% is pretty strong in my books. All right, let's go to the NHL. Only one game on dock here today. And this morning when I did when I handicapped this game, some people had the Rangers favorite, some people had the Oilers. We get our line that had the Edmonton Oilers favorite, so I'm going to use that for now. -116, so you get good value on both these teams. You got a chance of winning at 57% favoring Edmonton compared to 40% for the Rangers, but the forecast has the Rangers winning 3.4 to 2.7, so a bit of a conflict according to the chance of winning and the chance of forecast. B Bears 24 days. That's why I don't recommend 0 on the Oilers until they start winning a few more games. You just can't trust them. And if you like the Rangers, be a neutral, which is one of my strongest recommendations at 5 units if you do like the New York Rangers. And that's why New York to me might be a good bet here tonight. I'm gonna have to do some more research on that game to make sure that all the starting goalies who they are, and any injuries to report, right? So that's the only thing that's in the NHL tonight. Yesterday, if you look at yesterday in the NHL, 5-2, right? And one thing I'm going to do for you guys, when I update this chart, I'm going to leave the prior day up so you can review it, and then you can do your mental notes and handicapping, right? I always say history is your best teacher. And when I looked at this game yesterday, A neutral, 5-unit recommendation on Rangers, 4 if you like Tampa Bay. 57% chance of winning, 2.9 to 2.5. And again, when you look at the rain report, it's all there. Your value, percentage play, and the performance cycles and money management system. So the Rangers and over. No, I don't like the over in that game tonight. I like the under, especially if Shesterkin's going to win. And the under is 25-6 for the Rangers as a home team with a total 6.5 after a conference game since '96. That's pretty strong. All right, that is your NHL roundup here today, and let's take a look at the NFL tonight's game between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, before I get to that, I'm just going to take a quick look on how the the system did yesterday, and we'll take a quick look at the VPP of the NFL for week number 17. And how are we doing on time here? Pretty good, only 38 minutes. So let's go to the VPP for week 17. So you can see right here that we had Chicago, we had Tampa Bay, we had Indy, 87-32. And you look at this game. So one thing I like to do, and the Raiders were my 7-star play, my 5-star play this weekend. If you remember of ATS, you know I had the Raiders and the Titans as my top 2 plays, but the Chargers were my premium pick. The reason why I like the Raiders is right here. They were neutral for 35 days. Be neutral tells me for 35 days that you're middle of the pack type team, but you're consistent for 35 days, and that's why I took the Raiders yesterday at +7. That's the number I got. All right, we had the Eagles at 52%. Kansas City and Cincinnati, when you look at this and you can say, okay, what did I miss? Right there, 102 days, a neutral. And but the forecast 31-25, so we had them winning by 6. But again, when you look, just because when you look at these this chart and you're saying you want everything to align, but this here, when you look back and you say if I'm gonna use this chart in future reference, these are things that I want you to really take in consideration. 102 days of neutral consistency plays a long role, especially with that Cincinnati. Depending how they've done in their last 3 games, right? On the cycle performance. Okay, we had New England 94. We had the Titans at 69%. The Rams at 62%. They won by 1. A bullish against A bearish, and that's why I liked the Rams, even though they didn't cover. But we had them to win straight up. 24-19 is what our forecast was, but 62% chance of winning. Let me see here. We had the Bills 84%. Chargers 65%. We had the Niners, 90% chance of winning yesterday. The Saints, 76%. Dallas losing yesterday to the Cardinals. A bearish 4 days, a bullish 11 days, right? Bullish for 11 days. But you know what? Some games you don't have an answer for, right? Detroit, Seattle, 63% chance of winning for Seattle. C neutral. Both these teams were equal. 21-16 was our forecast, but 63% chance. And right here, overvalued, right? Against an undervalued Lions team. That tells you something right there. Again, if you ever use the rain report and you get a situation where you get a green and an orange, always go with the orange. I'd rather, the $40 pizza, right? Instead of the 2-for-1 for $10. Packers 75. And tonight, now you got an overvalued team in Cleveland. And you almost got the same situation right here, right? So overvalued 3.5 plus 3.5 for the Steelers. So they're undervalued. I had them at 4.9. C neutral 80 days, B neutral 26 days, 7-7-1, but C neutral 80 days, B neutral 26 days. The only thing, so when I look at this here, the Browns are more consistent as a team that's like, if you look at the last 3 game cycle, 2-1, 1-2 type thing for 80 days. But this is what stands out to me a bit, a B type team, right? 65% chance of winning for Cleveland. 30% for the Steelers. So you can see a lot of numbers pointing towards Cleveland. 22-17 is the predicted score. But when I look at the rain report on this game, now the computer pick, so what I'm giving you here is the system pick. Like when any team's in this situation, that is the final forecast. And this is when Pittsburgh's in this situation from prior games, 24-21. Now, the couple things, I'll tell you, the main reason why I like Pittsburgh is right here. This thing in red, 1-9. The Cleveland Browns are 1-9 in their last 10 trips to Pittsburgh, and that is why one of the reasons why I like the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers plus 3.5 at home, and then let me see here. What else? Some of the numbers. When I look at the Steelers' Monday night home record since 1983 against the point spread, 16-9 against the point spread. Pretty good. That's pretty good right there. 16-9 in Cleveland on the road on Monday nights, 2-2. So, not a lot of occurrences. But again, sometimes when you're handicapping a game, when a team has your number, and looking at the last time these two teams met, it was a 15-10 win for the Steelers on October 31st. And the last time they were at Pittsburgh, the Browns 48-37. Prior to that, 38-7, 13-20. And then 18-33. But I do like Pittsburgh plus 3.5 I know the line's going down. That means more money coming on Cleveland. But I think that Pittsburgh plus 3.5 is some good value. All right, I posted some good trends on the first period official play. Scott has plus 135 on the Rangers. Race to 3. I don't know if you're talking Rangers. Are you talking hockey or something else? We're good on time, teacher. Keep the class going. Also liking what I've been seeing in Raiders and Bengals NFL, says Daryl. Big Ben owes the Browns. That what they tell. Yeah, you know what? It's going to be an emotional night. You know it's going to be emotional because you look at last week when the Steelers went to Kansas City. You know they showed the Ben's family in the press box, and it wasn't. I don't think it was how things planned out right for Big Ben. 36-10, but they're at home. You know, and everybody probably knows this is the last game at home for the Steelers. So I think the crowd, the energy is going to be phenomenal. But leaving the emotion aside, the reason I like Pittsburgh is not because Big Ben, and I got a bromance going here. It's all because I think Cleveland, the way Cleveland is playing, it's just not bringing a lot of confidence, and they don't do well in this stadium. 1-9 in their last 10, and that's why I like the Steelers. The Steelers are favored 2.5. All right, yeah, Steelers are favored 2.5. The line. Let me see why the system put. See, the line opened up Cleveland minus 2.5 and went 3.5. So it flipped. When did it flip? So did it flip? So here it flipped yesterday. So the line flipped yesterday. All right, and that's why. So yeah. So you know what? Again, you know my rules about laying. If anything under 3, I'll just play the money line. Anything under 3, that's my new rule. I'll just take the money line and I'll play the Steelers. All right, what do we got here? ATS calculator. Let's check out what the calculator has. So let's go to NFL. Let's do Cleveland. And let's do Pittsburgh. Survey says the away team 5.57, 41.1. So the ATS calculator loving the Cleveland Browns. All right, let me do a couple NBA games for you, and then that'll be a wrap. Let me see, which game should I do here? Let me take the schedule. All right, NBA. So let me take a look at the first game. We'll look at Charlotte against. Let me do Charlotte against Philly. Washington, sorry. Charlotte against Washington. Charlotte 0.39, 223.84. So let me get something here. Just bring up the line and the total. All right, so Charlotte is a underdog in this spot and 231.5, so we like it to go under. All right, so the next game I'm going to look up. I'm only going to do the good game. All right, Memphis against Brooklyn. Memphis against Brooklyn. Survey says. Memphis, 1.97, 215.06. So we like Memphis to win, and so you're getting good value. I'll have to double check with the VPP. And the total is, 228, and we got 215. So good value on the under. Not doing that game, not that game, not that game. Yeah, Denver against Dallas. That's a good game right there. Denver against Dallas. Survey says home team 1.4 to 202.57, and so we got Dallas winning but not covering, and we got the under 202. And the last game on the board, let's do Miami Golden State. Miami and Golden State. Survey says. Let's see here. Miami Golden State. Golden State 3.29, 201.16. Wow. Low scoring game. 201.16. I'll have to take a look at that after. All right, so there you have it. That is the ATS forecast for tonight. And again, folks, if you're interested in my plays, my best bets, each and every day, you can get them right here at atsstats.com. Go to picks, go to premium picks. If you want my top investment plays, these are the ones, my picks that I bet normally, say $100 to $500. These are the plays that I normally do. And if you want my beer and money play, my action investments, with your membership here at atsstats.com. If you go to any of the sport tabs like NFL, college football, MLB, NBA, NHL, CFL, and you go like NHL picks and you click on that, you'll see my picks will be listed right here today. And the same thing with the NBA. I'll normally have 1 to 2 picks a day, unless it's a premium pick, then it'll be in the premium section. But you can get my picks each and every day right here at atsstats.com. And if you're interested in membership, it's only $24.99 a month. Or if you're interested in a full year membership, then it's only $99 for the year. And it's less than $1 a day, right? It's even less than that. So $99 for the year, $24.99 for the month. And you just sign up and you will get a membership and access to all the tools in the toolbox right here at atsstats.com. All right, folks, don't forget, enjoy the games today, and also if you enjoyed the show, please hit that like button. And if you are new to the Rain Report, what I normally do in the afternoon, I'll post tomorrow's show. So if you come back to the YouTube channel and you set your reminder, it'll give you an it'll send you a reminder that when we're on air the next day, right? So it's a good little tool to use, and you can use it each and every day. And the free horse racing tip sheet of the day, I don't think I gave it out today, is Parks Racing in Pennsylvania. I don't have an official play on the Hornets, but consider it, says Isaiah Moore. So today's free tip sheet of the day is Parks Racing, and you can get that by going to the website, atsstats.com. Go to horses, free tip sheet, and there is today's free tip sheet, all courtesy of atsstats.com. All right, full year, the best investment you can get, says Rui. Appreciate that. All right, folks, have yourself a great rest of your day. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back here on a Ruby Tuesday. Hasta la vista, baby. See you mañana. Go to horses, free tip sheet, and there is of ATS.